It was just a few moments ago that I spoke to Ilhan Omar, as Anushka was saying, one of the more famous members of the House of Representatives, very much on the left. And I started by asking her what she thinks is the best outcome, realistically, that we could expect from COP26, given, frankly, we are not going to see commitments from countries that will guarantee we're going to get to that target of only 1.5-degree increases in temperatures by 2050.
I think just a conversation truly of understanding the importance of the global world coming together and having this conversation. I think there are missed opportunities to do that. For many years in our country, as we withdrew from the Paris Climate Accord, we haven't really been a huge part of this conversation. And I think it's going to be really important for the United States and global leaders to have an honest conversation about how we go forward in reducing our carbon footprint around the world.
I mean, President Biden has said it's a priority for him to re-engage on this whole issue of climate change. What are you hoping for him in terms of the commitment that he makes?
I mean, I think it's going to be really interesting to see how he enters this conversation without us actually doing work in regards to legislation here in the United States. So I do hope that as he is planning, he's thinking about what it means for us to push forward in implementing the Build Back Better agenda and pushing, our colleagues to come forward and get to an agreement so that we can pass this legislation and that he can go to this conference with some news about what he has been able to do in his own country and what he expects the world to accomplish together. I mean,
quite a lot, though, is in his infrastructure bill when it comes to commitments to green energy. But you and the Progressive Caucus have held up passage of that bill because you have big ambitions for the so-called Build Back Better bill. Don't you worry that you risk losing everything?
No, the Build Back Better agenda needs to be implemented fully because the infrastructure bipartisan legislation has about 15% of the priorities that are in the Build Back Better agenda for the president. And because the president, the Speaker of the House, and the Majority Leader in the Senate wants us to accomplish this full agenda, we are walking in lockstep with them and want to make sure we deliver on our full promise to the American people.
So don't go away, because there's more from Ilhan Omar after the break, when I'll be asking her whether President Biden made a terrible mistake in withdrawing from Afghanistan and whether that man Trump is coming back. See you in a moment. Hello again. Now, more from my chat with the superstar of the American left, Congresswoman Ilhan Omar. And I started again by asking how she felt Joe Biden has been doing after 9 months in the job.
There was a really bold agenda set forth in regards to campaign promises when the president delivered his speech to Congress. He asked us to work with him in implementing that agenda. And I think it's been moving smoothly. I mean, there is obviously a lot of challenges. There's, political turmoil that our country is going through. We are dealing with a public health pandemic. There is world issues that are impacting his presidency. And it's going to take a lot of time for our country to be unified, for us to produce legislation that keeps our promise to the American people, and for us to do everything we set out to do. I mean, the midterm elections are around the corner. The president is the leader of the Democratic Party. And if he is not successful, we risk losing the majority in the House and in the Senate.
So I'm going to come back to that, but just in terms of what has excited people over here, I mean, more or less everybody in Britain thought that President Biden made a mistake in withdrawing from Afghanistan. But you think he did the right thing?
So for so long, people have been asking for the war in Afghanistan to end. Many presidents have made promises that they eventually didn't keep. I was honestly surprised that the president followed through with that promise, and I thank him for that. It was a war that has cost the lives of so many people that should have ended 20 years ago. And it is incredible to see it come to an end and for us to actually have a conversation about ways that we can support the people of Afghanistan, obviously support the refugees that have come to our country. I was just at one of the military bases, Fort McCoy in Wisconsin, a neighboring state, talking to some of these refugees. A lot of them are interested in seeing, the process take place so that they can be part of American society. And a lot of us are really
excited. But you must be horrified about what's happening to women under the Taliban. You must be horrified by that.
It is horrifying. The Taliban regime in itself is horrifying, but you have to also remember everything that has been taking place in the last 20 years has been horrifying. People have been dying on regular basis on Afghan people. We've obviously seen a lot of the resources that have been wasted on state building efforts. We know that we can't engage in a process of creating stability for others. We have to allow countries to be able to create that stability for themselves.
Sadly, we are almost out of time. I've just got one. Unfortunately, this is probably something that we can't answer very shortly, but I'm going to do our best. Trump's Supreme Court seems to be turning the clock back on women's rights, abortion rights and so on. How serious a threat is this?
It is tremendously serious. It's scary to see, especially what's happening in Texas, in other states. We are all trying to do everything that we can. We just passed legislation to codify Roe v. Wade, and we have to continue to be vigilant about the work that is getting done by Republicans. It is obviously a really dangerous thing that's happening in the United States, but it could have a rippling effect around the world.
Now, sadly, I've got to ask a sort of yes or no question because we are out of time. Trump, are we going to see him again?
No.
That was a direct and clear answer. So nice to see you. We'd love to have you back.
Looking forward to coming back.